Obasanjo criticizes Tinubu's leadership, a nation at the brink of collapse. Welcome to EDUM News, where we break down the most pressing issues shaping our world. Today, we dive into a powerful critique from former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, who has delivered a scathing assessment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Speaking at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum at Yale University, Obasanjo didn't mince words in painting a bleak picture of Nigeria's current trajectory. In a keynote speech titled Leadership Failure and State Capture in Nigeria, Obasanjo laid bare his concerns about the nation's dire economic and political situation. He accused the Tinubu administration of exacerbating Nigeria's decline, labeling it a failing state. The address was rich with historical insights, comparisons to other nations, and a deep dive into what he sees as the root causes of Nigeria's struggles. Let's unpack Obasanjo's criticisms, explore his proposed solutions, and examine what this means for Nigeria's future. The dire state of Nigeria under Tinubu. Obasanjo began his address with a somber declaration. Nigeria's situation, as we can see and understand, is bad. He described a nation trapped in a downward spiral of corruption, insecurity, division, and underdevelopment. According to Obasanjo, this grim reality has been compounded by the Baba Goslow and Imolokan reign, a pointed reference to Tinubu's leadership style and his controversial Imolokan mantra, meaning "it's my turn." Obasanjo argued that the pervasive corruption and mediocrity in governance have cemented Nigeria's status as a failing state. He described a cascade of consequences resulting from poor leadership, widespread youth unrest and unemployment, escalating violence and insecurity, economic mismanagement leading to poverty and inflation, deepening social and political divisions. Quoting Chinua Achebe's seminal work, The Trouble with Nigeria, Obasanjo emphasized that the core problem lies in the failure of leadership. He asserted, the Nigerian problem is the unwillingness or inability of its leaders to rise to the responsibility, to the challenge of personal example, which are the hallmarks of true leadership. Lessons from Singapore, a model for Nigeria? Obasanjo contrasted Nigeria's plight with the success of nations like Singapore. He highlighted how Singapore's leadership prioritized healthcare, education, and infrastructure, adapting to the evolving needs of its citizens. Singapore's story, Obasanjo suggested, is a testament to the transformative power of effective governance. It stands as a stark contrast to Nigeria's current state, where leaders have, in his words, failed to rise to the challenge of personal example and responsibility. State capture, the root of Nigeria's decline. A significant portion of Obasanjo's speech was dedicated to the concept of state capture, which he described as one of the most insidious forms of corruption. State capture occurs when powerful individuals or groups manipulate a nation's policies, laws, and resources for their private benefit. According to Obasanjo, Nigeria's political elites have engaged in state capture through practices like the acquisition of national assets at bargain prices by politically connected individuals, allocation of resources, minerals, land, and even human resources to favored actors, illicit contributions to political campaigns, vote buying, and the manipulation of laws and regulations. He argued that this pervasive corruption has distorted Nigeria's institutions, including the legislature, judiciary, and regulatory agencies. Decisions, Obasanjo lamented, are increasingly made not in the public interest, but to serve the narrow interests of an elite few. The consequences of state capture, he warned, are devastating. Erosion of public trust in governance, poor regulatory quality and weakened public institutions, deterioration in the quality of education, healthcare, and infrastructure, stagnant economic development, and environmental degradation. Obasanjo called for urgent action to combat state capture, both through local reforms and international cooperation. A glimmer of hope? Despite his harsh critique, Obasanjo expressed a cautious optimism for Nigeria's future. Yes, there is hope, he said, emphasizing that meaningful change is still possible. However, he underscored the need for transformational leadership that prioritizes accountability, integrity, and the public good. Drawing from Achebe's enduring wisdom, Obasanjo reminded his audience that the solution lies in leadership that leads by example. He stressed that Nigeria must confront its systemic challenges head-on to prevent further decline. A call to action. Obasanjo's speech is not just a critique. It's a rallying cry. He urged Nigerians, both at home and in the diaspora, to demand better governance and hold their leaders accountable. He also called for greater international scrutiny of Nigeria's leadership practices, especially in combating state capture and corruption. The former president's address resonates deeply in a nation grappling with rising inflation, insecurity, and a growing sense of disillusionment among its citizens. Closing thoughts. Obasanjo's message at Yale University is both a wake-up call and a blueprint for action. It challenges Nigerians to reflect on the state of their nation and to demand the kind of leadership that can reverse its decline. At EDUM News, we'll continue to track these important developments and provide you with the in-depth analysis you need to stay informed. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to EDUM News for more stories that matter. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.